Hi everyone, my name is Debbie Fowler. In today's video, I want to show you how to insert an image into your videos. Now it's pretty easy to do, but you are going to need some sort of video editing software. Now if you are familiar with video editing, then you're probably going to want to use something like Camtasia. It is a $200 program. Or maybe if you have a Mac, you might want to use Final Cut Pro. That's about a $300 program. But if you're not really familiar with video editing and you're not really sure what to do, then the third option would be a program called Filmora. It's by Wondershare. And it's pretty easy to use. And to find it, you can Google Filmora, or you can go to filmora.wondershare.com. And then you can kind of go through here, and you can do a free trial if you want to. It'll probably have a watermark, so you're probably not going to want to use this for any of your videos, but if you just want to try it and see what it's like, you can do that. If it's something that you think you want to buy, if you just keep scrolling down a little bit, this will pop up and it'll say buy now, and then you can choose your subscription. So if you choose the yearly subscription, it's only $40, but if you want to use it for lifetime, it'll be $60, and then you can just add that to your cart and then check out. And then you can have it on your computer for life, and then you can just use it whenever you see fit. Anyway, just choose whichever software that you want, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use Filmora, because I think it's going to be one of the easiest programs, especially if you don't know how to use video editing software and you're just learning for the first time. You probably don't want to dive in and spend the $200 right off the bat. But once you learn how to use video editing software like Filmora, you can graduate to Camtasia or Final Cut Pro because they work very similar with each other. You may not have all the bells and whistles with one that you do with the other, but you can still learn how to use it with the easier one and the cheaper one, and then graduate on to the more expensive one later. Alright, so first thing you need to do is film your video. Film your entire video from start to finish, and then we're going to put it on your desktop. Now I'm suggesting that you put it in some sort of a folder so you can find it later. And any images or anything that you want to add to it, just put it all in one place. Alright, so let's dive in and let me show you how it works. Okay, whenever you first launch Filmora, you're going to see you have a few options here. Now, I want to talk about all the options, but we're really only going to use one. You have what's called easy mode here. That's where you can import some sort of a video. You can choose a template, like some sort of a background color, or maybe you want sparklies or something. It's already pre-done for you in there. You just choose what you want. Then you can add music, and then you can preview and then save and share. So it's something like really, really quick. You might want to use this if you're doing something with, say, Facebook and you're doing a really short video. It'd be kind of fun for that. Then you have what's called Instant Cutter. This tool allows you to basically trim and merge any large action cam videos together, and then you don't have to worry about encoding them. It actually just exports them out. And encoding basically means converting them into a particular format, like say an MP4 or an AVI. And then Action Cam tool is exactly that. It's importing footage directly from a GoPro. Now, under here you have different options. You can do widescreen, standard. If you're doing an Instagram video, you can choose this, and then you have portrait. If you're doing anything with YouTube or even Facebook, I would choose widescreen, and then click on full feature. Okay, so once you open up Filmora, you're going to have a blank slate. You're not going to have anything in here unless you've done some work before, and then it'll kind of show up over here. So what you want to do is you want to just left click on this right here, and I suggest that you have everything already on your desktop together. So whatever videos or images that you want to add, you have them all in one place so you don't have to go hunting for them. I'm going to left click on the image, and I'm going to hit shift, and I'm going to left click on my video, and I'm going to say open. It's going to add both of them at the same time. So we know that we want the video first, so I'm going to just click here where it says add to project, and I'm going to left click, and it's going to end up down here. Now, something that you can do is if you don't like the fact that it has a door frame, or you don't like that it has something over here, you can actually crop and zoom to kind of make it all come together. So you might have some stuff in your background that you don't want in your video. So to crop it, all you have to do is right click the button and say crop and zoom. And then just take this and just adjust it down. Move it over because you always want to be centered into the frame. And that looks okay. And you always want it to be 16 by 9 and say okay. Now you see how it took out all the unwanted stuff in the background, so it leaves it a little bit cleaner. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to detach the audio. So to do that, we're going to click back on our project and we're going to right click and we're going to do an audio detach. So now we have a separation between our video and our audio, so we can place pictures or more video or whatever it is we want into our project, and then we can cut out the video piece without disturbing the audio. So let's play a little bit and see where we want to insert the picture. Hi, my name is Debbie Fowler. Today I'd like to talk about the book from Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Alright, so that looks like a good spot. So you go back to your project and you want to click on the project, and now I want to play the video because I want to see how far do I want it to go. But in order to do this, I need to split the video, not the audio. We're going to leave the audio alone, but I want to split the video. So I'm going to right click and say split. So I know this is the start of where I want my image to be. And then I'm going to play it a little bit and let's see where we want it to end. Now, this is a really awesome book because it breaks down the workforce into 4 quadrants. It makes it a little bit easier to understand how everybody falls into place. All right, that's a good start. All right, so I'm going to stop it there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to right click again and I'm going to say split. Now I know this section right here is what I want to crop out. So what I did is I just double clicked it on the left. I double clicked it on the left. And I got this to come up. And I did this because I wanted to know the duration. How long is this section? Because what you want your image to be is 9.09. That way your audio and your video sync back up again. So let's say okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go up to this image because this is the one I want. I'm going to left click. And it's already added. See, it's right here. So you see it's short and I want it to be 9.09. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click it a couple of times and see it's on 5. So I'm going to make it go 9 and we said 09 and I say okay. Now I don't want this anymore because now my audio and my video are not going to sync up. So we're back to this and I'm going to right click and cut. And now everything's back in one piece again. So we're going to play a book from Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, this is a really awesome book because it breaks down the workforce into 4 quadrants. It makes it a little bit easier to understand how everybody falls into place. So he calls it the workforce quadrant, or the cash flow quadrant is what it's. Alright, so you see how the audio and the video automatically was syncing again? It's because we made that duration of that image the same as what we cut out. And that, my friends, is how you add an image to your video. Alright, so I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you need anything, please reach out to me. I'm more than willing to help because I know that when you're trying to do something and you're not 100% sure how it works, it can be frustrating. And there are a lot of videos out there, whether you use Filmora or Camtasia or Final Cut Pro or some other program. There's a lot of videos out there on YouTube that'll walk you through how to do certain things, but I just wanted to give you this option so you can see how easy that it is, and don't be afraid to play around with it. And it might take you a few to get used to it, but just dive in, put in your video, put in your pictures, and just play around with it, and then you're going to see after a while it's pretty easy to use. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video.